Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Svetoslav Skalov and it's my first video. Today we're gonna be reviewing Bad Boys for Life. If you didn't watch the movie, I need to warn you this video contains the spoilers for the movie. Also, I need to say that I didn't watch the first part, the second part of this trilogy, so this is the third part, but it's the first and only, so far, only Bad Boys movie I've ever watched. In fact, I only decided to watch this movie because of the epic soundtrack, namely the song Bad Boys by Inner Circle, which is famous because of this film and because of TV show Cops. So let's start. In short, it's a cool movie. It's a cool action movie. Great job, Columbia Pictures. But they also turned it, as for me, they turned it a little bit to melodrama. Why? Because this movie starts with Isabel Aretas, who is a Mexican bandit, the widow of the Mexican drug seller, and also she's the main villain of the movie. She is a member of a cult, Santa Muerte. For those who don't know, Santa Muerte is a Mexican cult who is popular among Mexican mafia. They worship the death, and this cult is officially banned in Mexico, if I'm not mistaken. So she escapes with the help of her 24 years old son Armando, and she gives Armando a task to revenge for his father and go to Miami and assassinate everyone who took part in the arrest of her and her beloved husband. Meanwhile, in Miami, Mike and Marcus are old men. Marcus is now a grandfather. He his grandson is a newborn child, and he wants to retire to spend more time with his family. Mike disagrees, arguing themselves to remain to continue to work as cops until they die. To prove that he still can be cop, Mike decides to ride a motorbike and show that if he can ride a motorbike, he can purpose the criminals. But Armando tries to assassinate him while he's riding. So Mike is now in deep coma, and Marcus is praying for Mike's life. At that time, Armando assassinates many cops throughout Florida. 6 months later, Mike decides to return to his work and to investigate his own assassination attempt. Of course, cops are against it, but they just, when they refuse his help, he just starts to investigate himself investigated himself using unlawful means. So they decide to accept his help. Then what happens then, I'm not telling you, go watch the movie, but I think I can tell you that this is a good action movie. But it turns out to be melodrama because one of the characters even says during the movie, "I don't understand, is it a soap opera?" he says. Because during the climax of the movie, Mike reveals that he had a romance with Isabel Aretas shortly before her arrest. So Armando is in fact his biological son. And in the end of the movie, of course, Isabel and Mike meet face to face. Then there is a cliche, I suppose, that we have action, then we have a romantic scene, then action continues. It's everywhere in movies and cartoons, everywhere. So then too, because then we see Armando, and Isabel orders Armando to kill Mike, but Mike says, "Armando, you're my son," and this in this moment when Mike says that, I said it can be a coincidence. In my opinion, it's just reference to the famous line from Star Wars, "Luke, I'm your father." So, but Armando refuses to believe, but when he beats Mike refuses to fight. Then Isabel confirms that Mike is Armando's biological son and orders Armando to kill him, but Armando refuses. At the end of the movie, I'm not telling you what happened to Isabel, and to Armando, but I think you get it. They made a melodrama out of the action film. So this is all about the plot. The plot is really highly psychological. It's a family relationships of many characters. It's a relationships at work, at the job, relationships between friends. So, as in these terms, the movie is good. If we speak about humor, this is a lot of vulgar jokes with a sexual subplot, but it was funny. I tell you, remain in mind that this is an R-rated movie, or in Russia 18 plus movies, so movie for adults only. So the vulgar jokes are what should be expected, and many profane words. The language is profane, but in Russian version it's softened because the profanity in media is prohibited in Russia by law. But it's still a funny movie with good action, so I definitely recommend it. I definitely recommend to watch. Go watch Bad Boys for Life. You will have a good time. So, like, subscribe, write comments. What do you think? What do you think about the video? What do you think about the movie? And goodbye.